about on the FanDuel pages. It's not there. I fixed it. No problem. We're good to go now. We are doing a live mock draft here. I want to make sure we get as much nice, man. I want to make sure we get as much user input or fan input as possible. I don't like doing predictive mock drafts because they're just not indicative of my opinions on things, you know? And you're never going to get it right. I would much rather, Brett Coleman said this very well, I would much rather be right on my opinions of players than be right about like where they're going to end up. I've made that mistake before when I did a Dark Horse Awards, and I had Quentin Johnston as a Dark Horse Offensive Rookie of the Year, and I had Emmanuel Forbes as a Dark Horse Defensive Rookie of the Year, simply because of like situation and landing spot. I was like, you know, I did not like QJ. I thought, you know, he was a bad receiver prospect. He was terrible at tracking the ball down the field, and he was a body catcher. He's like a 6'4" body catcher. I'm like, you're supposed to be this dynamic deep threat, but you don't operate like that. You're not a functional deep threat in that way. But I was like, well, but with Herbert, like maybe they'll figure it out and he'll be great. And that was the same thing with Forbes. I was like, you know, like he's not a good corner, but he made so many made so many plays on the ball in college that maybe they just let him be a pure roamer and just kind of let him jump stuff, and maybe he'll get a bunch of picks that way. Dumb. Not sure what I was thinking there. I just realized I'm live on my second TikTok account, not on my main one. But that's okay. This is why everything's not working. I've logged into 3 different TikTok accounts, logged into my band TikTok account, logged into my second personal page, logged on to my main one. It's just a whole lot that I'm clearly not doing right now. And apparently TikTok's not getting banned again, so there's that. But let's do this mock draft. I've been delaying too long. Everyone and their mom has the Titans taking Cam Ward number 1 overall, because that is the word around Tennessee, is that's what they're going to do, you know. But that's not what I would do if I were them. I think Cam Ward is good, but I don't think he is the best player. I don't think he is worthy of going number 1 overall. I do think that Cam Ward's a good prospect. I think he is the best quarterback in this class. And if you really like, these 3 teams here all need a quarterback, right? And so through that lens, one of them should take one of them should take Cam Ward, right? Like it really is a big need, but I look at like Tennessee and Cleveland, and I'm like, dude, you have so many needs. Like quarterback is not fixing this team. And that's kind of how I feel, where it's just like Travis Hunter to me is the best player in this class. I think he's the clear number 1 pick. And I'm not saying that you have to not say, like, if you think Cam Ward should go number 1, like if that's what you would do, by all means. But for me, it's going to be, I am going to pull up the live on my other TikTok. Is that fair? Is that fair? I'm going to take Travis Hunter. As much as many people are going to take, many people would take Cam Ward here. Many people would even be right, I think, to take Cam Ward. All right. NFL mock draft. Bang. Much better. We're a little bit more organized now. Travis Hunter's going to be the number 1 pick here. Hate it if you want. I don't care. So that puts the Browns up on the clock here. And again, if I just go down my big board, and it's kind of the same as the PFF one here because I'm using their mock draft simulator. Abdul Carter would be my next best player, right? And I don't think it's crazy to say, like, again, I understand that Cam Ward is the quarterback that, like, if you're taking a quarterback high, it should be him. But again, I think the Browns have grander issues than QB right now. And I've said this on Stay Hot as well. The guys who I would be happy with, Travis Hunter is my absolute must-have, best prospect in the class. If the Titans do go Cam Ward, that's who the Browns should pick, right? But if Travis Hunter is gone, like he is in this mock, because, again, this is not predictive, this is what I would do. And, of course, like if any fans have anything they would want done as well, we can make that happen. But, like, Abdul Carter would probably be my next choice. I like Mason Graham a lot. I think he's really good. Ashton Genty, I love. Will Campbell's going to be really good. Jahad Campbell's great. I actually really like Will Johnson as a corner. I know some people are kind of lower on him. I think he's going to be an absolute stud. But, yeah, I mean, of the players, like, if Travis Hunter's gone, I'm taking Abdul Carter for Cleveland. So, that's my guy. He's my guy. Thoughts on Jahdae Barron? I like Barron for what he is. I mean, he's a slot guy, right? And I like him in the slot. But the reason I have him lower than Will Johnson is purely... It's partly because, like, I would rather have him in the slot, but also partly because I think Will Johnson is a better man corner than Barron. I really don't love Barron's technique in man coverage. That's the thing, is like Will Johnson's outside man coverage corner technique. Like, even though he's playing a lot of off coverage because he doesn't have great speed, he's so technically refined, and that makes him great in zone. It makes him great in man. I mean, he is just top to bottom really, really strong in terms of a technician. So far we've got Travis Hunter at 1, Abdul Carter at 2 to the Browns there. We're on the clock with the New York Giants, number 3. And if I'm being honest, like, it probably does make sense to go Cam Ward here, right? Like, Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter are the two best players in this class. Up next would be Genty, right? And I wouldn't even hate going Genty here. But it's just, like, I could see them going, like, Graham. Graham is a great guy also, would be a great pick also. But I did see the Julio Jones retirement. I did see that. That's crazy, man. I mean, I won't say I, like, grew up watching Julio Jones. I mean, but he was one of those guys. Like, I was in middle school. When did he get drafted? Julio Jones, rookie year was 2011. So I would have been 10 years old when he was drafted. So, yeah, I would say I grew up on, like, in that era. Julio Jones, Antonio Brown. I mean, Odell Beckham, Keenan Allen. It's I don't even remember when I got this, but yeah, it's like Cavs LeBron t-shirt jersey. I saw a message in here earlier that I wanted to go back to. Hey, Blaine, I'm in the band Broom that was supposed to play with a Tessa last year. Dude, we've got to. We absolutely have to, man. Our lead singer's going to be out of town for most of the summer, but shoot either me or the band a DM. we will get a show, but either in Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Columbus, we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. Just make the draft selection. My bad. I will make. Everyone was acting like I was LeBron. Dude, you are LeBron. They're going around like they're going around saying my sunshine. Okay, yeah. Do I go Cam Ward here, man? Like, I feel like I have to. Like, to some extent, it's not best player available, but again, I think Hunter and Carter are so far above that it's hard to pass on Cam Ward. Genty and Graham, I don't know if they're that far away that I could say, like, yeah, I can take Ward here. So for the Giants, I will take Cam Ward. So far, we've gone the exact same route as the Stay Hot mock draft, and that's literally just because I took Travis Hunter number 1 overall. Like, that's what happened. And then I'm sitting here with the Patriots, and I might as well do the same thing I did then, which is take Ashton Genty, right? I mean, I know there, and here's I think in a real draft, like I'm not doing trades today, but if I were, I think in this scenario I would trade back from this point, right? If 1, 2, 3 goes Hunter, Carter, Ward, and I'm sitting here with the Patriots, I would probably just trade back because I would want Hunter above all else. And if not here, I would try and shop around this pick. I'm not sure who would want it, like really, truly. But that's what I would try and do is shop around this pick, see if anyone wants to come up for Genty or Campbell or Graham. Donnie, my guy, the GOAT. I know you said you wanted someone for Arizona, but I can't remember who it was. Was Ward getting this much hype in the beginning of the season? Kind of. Players always get more hype, I feel like, especially quarterbacks, as the draft goes on. Or as like the pre-draft process goes on. Membao would be a good fit for New England. I don't like Membao more than Campbell. That's the thing, is like Membao's good. But he's not. I don't think he's better than Campbell. I don't think he's better than Banks. I don't even know if I think he's better than Simmons. Like, and that's if I'm going O-line, I'm going Campbell here. But I think the right pick for me would have to be Genty. I'm just like, BPA, they need juice in this offense, right? And I like, where are you going to get more juice than a running back who like can't be tackled? It's like, sure, like I don't think it would be crazy for the Titans to go QB number 1. The reason I took Hunter is because to me Hunter is a 1-of-1 prospect, right? Like, passing on Hunter to me is just ridiculous. I think it's insane. He's the best player. I get like, oh, you need a quarterback, but passing on Hunter to me is insane. I could see the Browns passing on Carter for Cam Ward. Like, that I would understand a little bit more, but dude, Carter's freakish also. And honestly, so is Genty. Like, I even thought about, should I go Genty at number 3? Like, that wouldn't have been that crazy. Like, Genty is insane. But quarterback versus running back, like the value add, like the Giant, I mean, there's absolutely no way if Cam Ward is there, they can afford to pass on. Like, I think Cam Ward is a good quarterback. I think he probably will be a good NFL quarterback. And I don't know if I can say the same for, like, Shador. Yeah, I mean, you can't ask Travis to play both ways 100%, right? But if you have him play mostly receiver so that you get to dictate when he's getting the ball and then you flip him to corner when need be, I don't think that's crazy at all. And that's the yeah, I think it's Glyphas. If I pronounce that wrong, I'm sorry, man. Um, if Cam Ward falls to the Browns, do they take him? Probably. Like, the Titans probably do take him. If they don't, the Browns probably take him. And if they don't, there's no way the Giants don't take him, right? Like, I feel very confident that he's going top 3. And it's not even that I don't think he's going number 1. It's that Travis is that good, man. So right now, the draft order has gone. Number 1, the Titans take Travis Hunter. Number 2, the Browns take Abdul Carter. Number 3, the Giants take Cam Ward. Number 4, the Patriots take Ashton Genty. So number 5, Jacksonville's on the clock. Receiver makes a lot of sense here. Receiver could make a lot of sense here. I mean, just getting someone outside of Brian Thomas Jr. there. They've got Gabe Davis. They did bring in Dyami Brown. I don't know if I would say I moved. Harold Fannin at number 5. I like Fannin, man. I don't like him that much. He's not even my tight end 1. So okay. Tet is my first thought, right? Either Tet or Igbuka. And honestly, I think from a fit perspective, Igbuka makes more sense at receiver, but I think Mason Graham is probably more sensible. I mean, who they have, their defensive line is Devon Hamilton, Eric Armstead, and they've got Josh Hines Allen, Trayvon Walker coming off the edge. Yeah, like their interior defensive line could definitely use some work. That can't be understated. Armstead isn't the worst. Like, how did he? I thought he would have been a little more productive last year, or maybe I'm wrong. But if the Steelers took Jackson Dart in the first round, that would be a horrible pick. I mean, that would be basically the same thing they did when they took Pickett, in my opinion. But we will go Mason Graham here. I think he's the best player available at number 5 for Jacksonville. They can use the help on their defensive line. That was the thing. I wasn't quite sure. Like, I'm looking at like how big is the gap between like wide receiver 2, and then what is the gap looking like on their defensive line, and like the fact that they don't have like really anyone on their interior defensive line that's like making serious noise right now is concerning. Like, at least they have Brian Thomas Jr. Gabe Davis can make some plays. Dyami Brown can make some plays. The other thing you have to be concerned about is like the tight end room is Brenton Strange and Johnny Munt right now. Like, it's not looking good for Jacksonville. I cannot lie. But we're on the clock with the Raiders now. This is really where, like, I would love to see Genty go here. Oh my goodness, I would love to see Genty go here. But I already took him for the Patriots. But I do still want to add another offensive weapon. Brock Bowers cannot be the only significant receiving target in this room right now. But they could also add some stuff to the offensive line for sure. I mean, it's already a pretty good offense. Like, it's not a bad offensive line at all. There's a lot they could add. Like, I think this team is more complete than it's given credit for. The real thing I would want to add is secondary. But I don't like anyone enough to take this high. Like, my next best player on my board would be Tet. And I think that is the right pick. Like, you put an offense of Geno Smith, Jacoby Myers, Ted McMillan, Brock Bowers. They do have Raheem Mostert in the backfield, but, like, I would still like to get another running back. Will Johnson, I thought about Will Johnson here, and I think he would fit this defense pretty well. And they've got the pass rush to get home, so he's going to be able to kind of do his playoff. And I think he really has, like, for the lack of long speed that he has, I think he does a pretty good job in click and close. His T-step is really nice. His general technique as a cornerback is fantastic. But I do think that Tet is the right pick here. As much as I really want to go corner and I really want to take Will Johnson, I just don't know if I can, like, bring myself. I just don't know if I can bring myself to take him this early. Like, he's just not, like, he's high on my board. He's not that high on my board. So I am going to take Ted McMillan. Ah, man, I do love Will Johnson. I do love Will Johnson. Dude. They want Tet. They want Tet, man. They want Tet with the Raiders. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think in terms of, like, value added, that offense would be stupid. That offense would be ridiculous. We're going to do it. We're going to take Tet here. The offense is going to be nasty. So, first 6 picks, Travis Hunter went number 1 to the Titans. Abdul Carter, number 2 to the Browns. Cam Ward, number 3 to the Giants. Ashton Jeanty, number 4 to the Patriots. Mason Graham, number 5 to the Jaguars. And Tetaroa McMillan, number 6 to the Raiders. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good right now, man. And now we've got the Jets on the clock. Yeah. And I kind of struggle with the Jets. Like, I've seen people say they like Warren. Like, it's again, this is another team where it's like the offense is just like a bunch of Aaron Rodgers guys plus Garrett Wilson, and now they've got Justin Fields at quarterback. Like, Warner, I think the answer is offensive line, but I don't think the answer is Membao. I think the answer is Campbell. Campbell's the next best player on my board here. I know he's got short arms, and so, like, you don't really want him out at tackle. But, like, again, I think he's versatile enough to kind of play anywhere, and his technique is sound enough that I think it makes up for the short arms. The next best player on my board is Will Campbell. So to me, that is where I should be going. Did someone say Simmons? Josh Simmons. I wouldn't hate that. I have Banks higher. But I'm going to take Campbell here. I think that's what I did in the Stay Hot draft also, I took Campbell. That's what I'm saying, man. Will Campbell, I like am so confident is just going to be a good NFL offensive lineman. Whether it's guard or tackle, don't care. But I just, there is no concern in my mind that, like, you're going to find a spot for him. It's going to work out. So we're going to take Campbell for the Jets. And now we've got the Panthers on the clock here. And another team, they just use anything, right? And it's like, you can go for, like, best available, but the main thing is you're just trying to kind of get the best value add for this team. Receiver could work. It could be a good pick. Obviously, you're still banking on Leggett kind of having the breakout. Jalen Coker, Adam Thielen. Like, it's a really frail receiving room when you look at it. Chuba Hubbard's a good player, so you're not, too worried about that. Bryce Young has started to come around, so of course you're not worried about the quarterback. They brought back Tommy Tremble. I could see Warren going here. Like, but Warren's not my tight end 1. My tight end 1 is Colston Loveland. And I think that would kind of solve both of their problems. Like, it would give them a little bit of inside-out versatility with a guy. Oh, dude, they're saying I'm crazy for liking Colston Loveland. They're saying I'm crazy, or you could go edge, right? And that's the other thing, right? And at this point, I haven't taken anyone other than Abdul Carter. I like Mike Green a decent amount. I like Jalen Walker. I like Mykel Williams, even though it might be a little early to take him. Same with Shamar Stewart. I like Green. I like Green more than I like Pierce, right? And I think what the Panthers need is either an absolute playmaker on offense or an absolute game breaker on defense, right? Or just like a havoc playmaker, you know? I think Pierce is a little overrated too. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Pierce. I'm not going to lie. He's fine, but like, it's just concerning to me his lack of a bag for how small he is. But Mike Green has a tremendous pass rushing bag. His concern, my concern of his ability to make plays in the run game is definitely there. But he's a freak athlete. He's got a ton of moves that he can dip into. And I think he would be a great defensive addition for them. So for me, it's either Mike Green or Colston Loveland. And I'm happy to let you guys like make the call on this, or if you want me to make the call on it, I will, because I know who I'm going to take. Loveland. I'm seeing a vote for Loveland. I'm seeing a vote for Mike Green. I've seen 2 votes for Mike Green. And I think Mike Green is a good... Oh, we've got Theo in here, dude? No way, man. I feel like celebrities in my live stream right now. It's pretty split. We got some Loveland, we got some Mike Green, some Jalen Walker votes getting in there also. I like Jalen Walker, but okay, Mike Green seems to be kind of pulling away here, and even the Jalen votes, it tells me that there's a cry for edge rush help in Carolina. So we will go Mike Green. Jalen Walker will probably be the next edge that I take. Edge. I mean, linebacker, but edge, you know. Did I read that right? I low-key like Shador for the New York Jets. Boo this man! Boo! You don't mean that, dude. Ain't no way. Ain't no way you mean that. Giants? Boo this man again! But we're on the clock with the Saints now. Still boo. I do not like Shador. You have come to the wrong live stream to spread Shador Sanders, to sing his praises, to give him flowers. I will not be doing it, man. I look, if I can go on a tangent real quick on just about Shador Sanders. I think Shador is like the Dollar General CJ Stroud, right? Like, people love his accuracy. And he can be really precise on some throws. But I don't think it's nearly as much of a superpower as it was with Stroud or as it was with Daniels. And I also don't think he's as good of an athlete as like a Cam Ward or a Jaden Daniels, right? Like, he doesn't have the athletic traits to have this like super high upside, and his accuracy isn't that good where I'm like, oh, he's never gonna miss a throw. Like, it's a superpower. That was the thing with Daniels and with Stroud, is like, Daniels, superpower, superstar runner, and like super precise on his passing. And he just played behind such a good offensive line that you never really got a good idea of how well he was going to handle pressure. And so like, that was the big question coming into the NFL. With Shador, it's like, he's pretty accurate, but he's not hitting like, he's not that much more accurate than Cam Ward. And really, my hot take, I don't think he's more accurate than Cam Ward at all. I think Cam Ward is just better at anticipating throws than his receivers are for the ball to be coming to him. But like, my biggest concern with Shedeur is that he just doesn't. I said quick tangent. I know, I'm sorry. We'll get back to the mock in just a second. I just don't think Shedeur handles pressure well. I think he panics, and I posted this on Twitter last night. His final drive against Kansas, they're down like 16 points. They need a touchdown, and there's 11 minutes. They pass midfield with like 9 minutes to go. Travis Hunter doesn't even get looked at for that entire last of the drive. Mind you, Travis Hunter had 2 touchdowns in this game. They only scored 3 touchdowns the whole time. So it was like, I just couldn't believe that in like a must-score situation, Travis Hunter, not even an option. They had him one-on-one multiple times. He was wide open in the end zone once. And Travis is like jumping up and down, fighting for his life at the end of every play. Could be play calling. Could be. But like, to not look at him? Crazy. Crazy. I could not believe that. But back to the mock draft. We've got the Saints on the clock. I already saw someone saying what they like, what they would like the Saints. I saw someone say they wanted Igbuka here. I think that would be a great pick. I mean, Igbuka's great, pretty surefire. Pretty surefire to be a hit. Will Johnson or Igbuka. I think both of those would be great picks. I'm trying to think who. Let me pull up. I'm trying to think who they have at corner even. Right. They took Kool-Aid last year. Dude. Okay, so they've got Kool-Aid and Alontae Taylor. Will Johnson would be a good pick here. What in the world? Hold on. Guys, go to ESPN right now and look up the Saints depth chart. The receivers aren't there. They're gone. The receivers aren't there. They took the receivers off the Saints depth chart. What? This is weird. No, I gotta like... What? BPA, so Warren. Warren's not my BPA here. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. So what, they've got Olave, Shaheed. They're always hurt, so they're gone. That's so real. Banks. I do love Banks. I don't know if that's what I would, because they have Fuaga, right? They've got Fuaga and Ramchick. Right? Yeah, they've got Fuaga, Ramchick, Penning. It's just like, you interviewed Banks? That's sick, man. Oh, so now he's your guy. He's the pick and spreads legend. Dude, I can't remember if Kool-Aid played well either. I've like not watched any Saints tape this offseason. So like, that's on me. It's just like the NFC South is so boring, dude. Sorry. No, I like, if you're the Saints, you're going defensive line. Yeah, we already took Mason Graham and Mike Green. So like, honestly, I'm kind of like away from that for a minute. That's the other thing is like, I'm not reaching on anyone at this point. NFC South only team you watch is the Bucs. Valid, dude. I only watch the Panthers because my buddy Matt's a friend is a fan of them. Like Jalen Walker, I just don't know if they need to do that. I wouldn't hate it. I feel like receiver is like something that would help them. I'm just trying to think of like what would help them out the most. I like receiver a lot here. We've got to move this draft along also. This is taking an insane amount of time. And do not draft Walker. Look, we've got the Saints fan in here telling me he either wants Will Johnson or Emeka Egbuka. I will take Egbuka simply for the fact that join my team. What is that? What does that mean? I have no idea what that was. Someone sent a heart me. I appreciate it. I have no idea what that means. Why did it say join my team? That was very interesting. We'll take Egbuka here. We'll take Egbuka. We're only at the 10th pick, dude. We're like, how far in are we? We're 36 minutes in and we're only at the 10th pick. So we've got the Bears on the clock now. Kenneth Grant. I like Kenneth Grant. Not top 10. Okay. Bears. Starks wouldn't be my safety one is the problem. Tyler Show. No! Banks, see, this is where I'm feeling more of the Banks pick, is Chicago. Chicago feels like a Banks pick to me. I would also, I'm looking at the depth chart right now, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I really like. They took Rome last year, and they got Cole Kmet. Like they've got guys here. They need a powerful tackle. They've interviewed Warren a ton. No, dude, why? They're expecting him to fall in the second. They're gonna trade back up into late in the first and get him. No, I don't hate Warren. I think he's still a first round guy. I just wouldn't take him this early. I'm gonna take Banks. And he told me they want Harold Fannin. They know ball. So now we're at the 49ers. Dude, you already know what I'm doing. Jahad Campbell, baby. Oh my God. That is going to move mountains. That is going to feed families. He's going to be him and Fred Warner, you're never throwing over the middle again. Yes, I took linebacker. It's not in the sense that they need it. It's just like, it would be very cool. It would be so cool, dude. And he's got a little bit of edge versatility. Like, dude, it's going to be so cool. You know what? No, I'm sorry. I said it would be your draft. I've made half these picks myself. We've got the Cowboys on the clock. Are there any Cowboys fans in here? What do you guys want? I'm sorry. I've been doing a lot of control in this mock. What do you guys want for the Dallas Cowboys? Cowboys go Warren. Can you at least pick a tight end? Okay, so we've got Warren, we've got Starks, we got Brandon's a Cowboys fan, wants a wide receiver. We already took Egbuka, so early run on receivers. My next receiver would probably be Golden. Yeah. Here's the thing. They need a defensive tackle badly. But they also need a great wide receiver. Like, they need a wide receiver too. Bad. Like, So we will say either Matthew Golden or Kenneth Grant. Is that fair? Walter. Oh. Hold on, man. Nolan actually would be. I totally forgot about. Nolan would be nice. We'll throw Nolan in the mix too. Give me either Matthew Golden, Kenneth Grant, or Walter Nolan. Nolan would be nice. I'm seeing some votes for Nolan. What did the Cowboys fan Brandon? I want to hear what he wants. Man. I know he said he wants a receiver. Membao. We'll get to Membao at some point in here. All right. It seems we're leaning more towards Nolan here. I think I like Grant more than Harmon. I really. He's leaning receiver, man. I don't know, man. The chat might be against you on this one. I agree, like, Golden would be nice, though. Golden would be crazy for them. Oh, dude. I like both. He likes both. I'm going to satisfy the chat. I'm going to take Walter Nolan. Yeah, a lot of you are forgetting about Mason Graham, but Mason Graham went top 5. Like, Mason Graham's gone. So Dallas Cowboys take Walter Nolan here. And so I'll recap the first 12 picks, just so that for anyone who might be new in here, we can kind of... Number 1, Travis Hunter went to the Titans. Number 2, Abdul Carter went to the Browns. Number 3, Cam Ward went to the Giants. Number 4, Ashton Genty went to the Patriots. Number 5, Mason Graham went to the Jaguars. Number 6, Tetairoa McMillan went to the Raiders. Number 7, Will Campbell went to the Jets. Number 8, Mike Green went to the Panthers. Number 9, Emeka Egbuka went to the Saints. Number 10, Kelvin Banks Jr. went to the Bears. 11, Jahad Campbell to the 49ers. Walter Nolan went to the Cowboys at number 12. Number 13, the Miami Dolphins are on the clock. I've got what I would do. Like, and you know what? That's the other thing, Brandon. You can get a wide receiver in the second. I think, like, there are guys who I think you'll be able to get. And even if not, like, the way things have been going right now, you're going to have access to one of the tight ends as well. Like, there's going to be availability here. Dude, I think Genty's going to be so good. I don't get why people get so mad whenever I say that if Travis Hunter is not there, Genty or trade back is my choice. I'm hearing a lot of Membao talk here. Membao's a Dolphins fan. Membao. Tariff talk. Dude, I think it's so funny that they had to postpone the TikTok ban because of the tariffs. It's so funny. Starks. Imagine the Finns take Warren. That would... See, here's the thing. I kind of think that's what will happen, is that they will take Warren. I don't think they should, but it would be very funny. So my pick here would either be... I like the Membao talk in the chat. Membao's is perfectly fine. I like Emanwari here. So, chat, take it home. Membao or Emanwari? I've already seen a lot of Membao talk. Membao's a 6 scheme fit. He is, but like... Dude, Emanwari is just sick. Makuba. Theo Ash legend Makuba. Andrew Makuba. All right, we'll take Membao. Easy money. Couldn't find him for a second. All right, Colts are on the clock here. This, honestly, I think like this should be, I think, an offensive weapon. Like maybe I'm crazy, but I'm like, I've seen a lot of Colts fans talk about this. That a lot of Colts fans seem to have a lot of animosity towards this receiving room with Pittman, and Pierce and Downs, and like their tight ends is literally like Ogletree and Jelani Woods. Like it's frail for the weapons, and if you're taking one final swing at Richardson, I think you kind of have to go there. Warren feels like the common thread here. I hold more preference towards, like, I think Warren and Fannin are a lot closer than people give them credit for, but my tight end one would be Loveland. Like, if I had to pick, and that's my thing. Loveland, I think I think he is a more quarterback friendly option. I think Loveland he just gets open so easily. I would love to have Loveland here, because like you don't need him to be a great blocker. You just need him to get open. You need someone like a big, easy to find tight end that's just, he's 6'5", he's got great hands. Like he literally he reminds me of Drake London if his hand was in the dirt. Like he moves like a receiver, man. He's not fast, but he just moves like a receiver. I'm going to go Loveland here. I know a lot of people want Warren. We're getting the same position, but I'm taking my guy. Like I need to have some boundaries on on my big board. For Miami, Zach, for Miami, we took Membao out of Missouri. Grant was already, no. Grant was not gone. I was thinking of Banks. Kenneth Grant is still there, but we took Membao. We took offensive line there. So now we're on the clock with the Atlanta Falcons. We are at the Atlanta Falcons, pick 15. What do you guys want here for Falcons? I feel like a pass rush has to be the go-to, right? I'm seeing Jalen Walker. Stewart, I think I would have Walker above Stewart. Some stupid shit like guard or tackle. LeBron, real. Walker, okay. It seems like a pretty heavy consensus for Walker. So we'll take him there. I like that pick a lot. I think that'll be some great athleticism, some great versatility. I think he'll be a nice piece. Cardinals, honestly could do the same shit, dude. Oh, man. I want Iguodala. Raheem Morris likes him. That is interesting. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't shock me. I mean, he's... Well, Mike Green's already gone. So, no, look, Donnie is the resident Cardinals fan here. He told me he either wants Mike Green or Will Johnson, or we are fighting. So, Will Johnson's going to be the pick, because that's what he wants. And I'm not mad at that. Will Johnson is great. He's my cornerback too. Dude, I'm 16. I mean, that's a pretty big gap. Travis Hunter went 1. And I think he will end up playing more receiver than corner in the NFL. But can still play, still would be my cornerback 1. Cornerback 2 falls to 16, Will Johnson. Bengals now are on the clock at 17. And he might drop further because I know a lot of people like Barron more. I know a lot of people like Amos. After that, I don't think Will Johnson gets taken past Amos. I know there is some love for Hairston. I'm not a big fan. Same with Ravel. I still have not watched Azaria Thomas, but I've heard he's amazing. But we're on the clock with the Cincinnati Bengals. Who did I take for Cleveland? We took Abdul Carter, number 2 overall, but that's because Travis Hunter was gone. For Cincinnati, Michael. Yeah, that's probably... Here's the thing. I'm leaning Kenneth Grant here. Kenneth Grant, to me, is speaking to me a good amount. I wouldn't be upset with Michael Williams, though. Georgia defenders are never a bad bet. So, well, I'll just ask you guys, either Grant or Williams here, Kenneth Grant or Michael Williams for the Cincinnati Bengals. You gained 5 followers from the live? Man, that's crazy. That's awesome, man. Michael. Okay, it's Kenneth Grant isn't as good and as... here's the thing, right? I think they need an interior defensive lineman. Like, I think part of the love for the Michael Williams pick here is like in expectation of them losing Trey Hendrickson, which it could still happen, but it hasn't happened yet. And I just wouldn't draft based on that. Like, Jenkins didn't live up to par, but maybe that's the reason to pass on Grant. You're like, we took a Michigan man last year. He didn't live up to par. So maybe you do take Michael here. Yeah, I guess they need everyone on defense, you know. And they could, you know what? And that's a good point. I would much rather have, like, if they got Tyleik Williams in the second round, home run, right? If they took Michael and then got Tyleik, the Williams brothers, man, they'd be goated. So I'm not opposed to I've been talked into it. We will take Michael Williams here. Seattle is now on the clock. I saw someone mention them earlier, but we were not there yet. I just realized I left my water downstairs. Oh well. We're going to push through it. You Venmo'd Theo $5? Simmons? Yeah. They have to go offensive line, dude. I mean, for them to bring in Sam Darnold, I mean, I can't imagine any other pick here. And yeah, I mean, we've taken all the other guys. So like, yeah, Simmons would be the pick. If it were me picking, it would be Simmons. Any objections to Banks is gone. So yeah, Banks is gone. Mbao is gone. Campbell is gone. So the best offensive lineman on the board right now is Simmons. Easily. Zabel, I wouldn't take Zabel here. Simmons to me is definitely we are never addressing a line. No, you are. You're doing it right now, dude. Here's the question though, right? Because right, okay. And I just realized they got this flip-flopped. The problem with Seattle's offensive line is their interior, right? I was thinking, I had it flipped for a second in my head. The problem with their offensive line is the interior, honestly. If Charles Cross and Abe Lucas are healthy, they're pretty solid tackles. I don't know if Simmons has the inside-out versatility that, like, that Campbell does, you know? I wouldn't take Booker here. I wouldn't. And so That is the benefit to taking Zabel here, is you get more inside out versatility. That's it, like, I don't want to say that Simmons couldn't do it. Right? I mean, he is a great athlete. I think Zabel might have to be the pick here. They do also need depth at tackle, right? That's the other thing, right? Just tell me in the chat, Zabel or Simmons. Zabel. Okay, we'll take Zabel then. It's your guys' draft. You can't start Anthony Bradford again. You'll lose your mind. That's very fair. Will we go live during the draft again? So Stay Hot will probably... We've been talking about different options. A live stream, we love doing it. And it is our most viewed piece of content of the entire year. Is that live draft. Like, it is consistently like the most successful thing we do. No. No, I don't hate the Zabel pick. No. I was just thinking Simmons, but because I think like BPA, like better player here. But they need better help on the interior, and Zabel fits that. So like I don't hate it. But what we were also thinking about was going into the draft, not doing a live stream, and instead doing like TikTok reactions to every pick, and then doing a post-draft show. Like immediately after day one ends, we'll hop on, either record a podcast or do a live stream. And that way our reactions are more concise and coherent, as opposed to be like, oh my God, what in the world? Like, that way we've had time to process and we can talk about good fit, bad fit in a more concise manner. So that's the other idea we've had. But we're on the clock now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Dude, I saw someone say they wanted Jihad Campbell here in my TikTok comments. I'm very sorry to that person. So, I'm sorry. Shamar Stewart wouldn't be bad here. Trying to think, honestly, of who would be a better fit than that. Honestly, like, I feel like I wouldn't hate Barron here. Like, he's fallen to 19. Like, I like him a little bit more than that. Like, he's pretty good. I feel like either Barron or Stewart, maybe Pierce, but I think I like Stewart more. Yeah, we'll say either Barron or Pierce. Drake May. Run it, Barron or Pierce. They need a wide receiver of the future. They could take Golden, but they still got Evans and God. I think Evans is going to be good for a minute. Oh, I'm seeing a couple votes for Barron. I'm seeing a couple votes for Stewart. I don't know, Stewart easy. Well, that's the same vote. Oh, dude. I need someone else other than Get In Van and Levi to vote on this one, man. We've got conflicting opinions going on. What pick are we at? We're talking about Tampa Bay. We're trying to decide between either Jahdae Barron or Shamar Stewart. You're botting on the combine alone. Is Matt Corral available? I wish. I'd take him number 1. Stewart. Okay, it seems we've got a little bit more of a lean towards Shamar Stewart here, which is fine. So now we've got the Denver Broncos on the clock at pick number 20. Before we do that, I'm going to run through the 19 picks we've done so far. Travis Hunter went number 1 overall. Abdul Carter went number 2. Cam Ward went number 3 to the Giants. Ashton Genty number 4 to the Patriots. Mason Graham number 5 to the Jags. Tetaroa McMillan number 6 to the Raiders. Will Campbell number 7 to the Jets. Mike Green number 8 to the Panthers. And Mickey Ibuka number 9 to the Saints. Calvin Banks Jr. number 10 to the Bears. Jahad Campbell number 11 to the Seahawks. Number 11 to the 49ers. I saw the S, and then instead of saying San Francisco, I said Seahawks. Walter Nolan went number 12 to the Cowboys. Armand Membao went number 13 to the Dolphins. Colston Loveland went number 14 to the Colts. Jalen Walker, number 15 to the Falcons. Will Johnson, number 16 to the Cardinals. Michael Williams, number 17 to the Bengals. Number 18 was Gray Zabel to the Seahawks. And then number 19 was Shamar Stewart to the Buccaneers. So number 20, Denver Broncos are on the clock here. Who do y'all want? Who do y'all want here? Hampton? You want a running back here? They got Audric Estime, bro. No. You have to. No. He's gonna break out. You have to trust me. He's gonna. Hampton or Warren. I wouldn't hate either of those, honestly. I don't think they just brought in Ingram. They wouldn't go get Warren. I don't think they would do that. And I don't think they need to. Loveland's already gone. They got Ingram. Not only do I not think they would do it, I don't think that they should. Hampton. All in favor of Hampton? BPA. If we're going BPA, I think it should probably be Matthew Golden here. Matthew Golden is still on the board. Like, we were going to take him earlier and didn't. Save Golden for the Chargers. Warren, they got Ingram though. No. You guys are trying to set me up because if I post the graphic that has the Broncos getting Warren, everyone's gonna be like Warren when they already have Ingram. They play differently. They do. Do you guys really want me to take Warren here? Do you think the Niners actually take Campbell? I think they should. Brick Street! I still see a vote for Hampton. Dude, if the 49ers take Campbell, they will be so sick. They're going to say Loveland over Warren to the yeah, they are going to say that, aren't they? Okay, I'll take Warren here. And then we're off to Pittsburgh. Talking about the Steelers. We're not taking quarterback. We're not taking quarterback. Okay? I know they need one. We're not doing it. No. I don't care what the chat says. We're not taking quarterback. Give me any other idea and I'll consider it. But we're not taking a quarterback. We're on the Steelers, man. Pick 21. Shador or riot? You should riot if they take Shador. It's Mason Rudolph, Jalen Warren, DK, Pickens, Calvin Austin, Pat Freiermuth, Broderick Jones. They took Fatanu. They got Frazier. Milrow. I was thinking Kenneth Grant or Emanwari. What would Sophia pick? She just got home. Should I call her? I'll just text her. I'll see what she says. Emanwari or Grant? Who did we give to the Jets? We gave the Jets... Hello? Will Campbell, that's right. Blaiden A. All right. So Emanwari or Kenneth Grant? I saw more. I saw a few votes for Emanwari. Sophia hasn't answered yet. Emanwari a better fit. I like Emanwari here a lot. So that's who. That's who we will take. I do like Watts a decent amount too. And Mukub is good. But we will take Nick Emanwari. The Chargers. Okay. I assume we're taking Golden. Pick 22, the Chargers. I assume we're taking Matthew Golden. He's the next receiver available. I mean, it's like... I can't imagine it would be anyone else, right? Yeah, I mean, Warren's gone. Loveland's gone. Igbuka's gone. Tet's gone. Yeah, gotta go Gold. Dude, there's no way you would take defensive line. No way you would take Kenneth Grant over Golden here. No way. Grant makes sense. Like, Sophia finally texted back. She said, "Wormy, it's more fun." She said, "Wormy." Also, if you're getting sick of me in the TikTok chat, like relaying the draft picks over and over again, I am live on Twitch on both my page and the FanDuel page. So if you want to pull that up as well, just so you can actually see the draft picks, that would be easier than me like relaying it in like vocally all the time. Should do a collab mock draft. We did do one on Stay Hot. We did. But okay. Next pick, Green Bay Packers, Theo's team. Uh-oh. I had to do a prove you're human test. All right. Anyway, back to the Packers. Unfortunately, we already took Shamar Stewart. Michael Williams and Shamar Stewart are both gone. Oh, it's tragic. Barron is here. Luther Burden is also here. It's not Scortron. Nick Scorton. They could use an edge rusher. They definitely could. Don't say Nick Scorton. They definitely could use an edge rusher, man. I don't know. Jackson Dart, develop him behind Love. I saw someone, Levi, you're a Packers fan? You want Barron? Any objections to Barron? I agree he's fallen too far. I agree. I would be okay taking him here. All right. Nate Hobbs, though, no. I mean, yeah. Look, I think Barron can play boundary. Just not that, like, they're going to have to make it work because they're taking him. Back-to-back Texas picks there. Minnesota Vikings. I saw a Vikings fan is in here. We're at pick 24, Minnesota. Soda! Starks. We already took him in worry. So there's Starks, there's Watts. I don't love Winston here. So yeah, I would either say Starks or Watts. Or Makuba, if you really want to go Makuba. Hampton. Hampton's available. I could definitely see them going running back. And they did bring Aaron Jones back. What did they give him money wise? It was a 2-year, $20 million deal, 13 guaranteed. It doesn't prevent them from drafting a running back if they really want one. But I don't know. Starks might make more sense here. So we'll just kind of throw it to the chat. Starks or Hampton? It wouldn't surprise me that Stark is a good interview. He seems like a smart player. I mean, Georgia gave him a lot of responsibility for a reason. Levi, we did take Jahdae Barron. And now we're debating either Hampton or Starks for the Minnesota Vikings. And it seems like most people are leaning Starks. The Mac! Gotta say Starks. Bye, Blaiden. Pick someone good for the Commanders. I won't, man. I'm gonna pick someone dog shit. I hope you know. Okay, we'll take Starks then. We will take Starks to Minnesota. I don't hate that pick at all. And now we're to the Houston Texans here. This has to be off. It has to be Simmons. Has to be Simmons. Houston Texans. Has to be Simmons. Has to be Simmons. They take Quinn Ewers just because he left early. Facts, bro. Simmons. Dude, yeah, they would sprint the card in for Simmons here. It's got to be the easiest pick ever. Golden and Igbuka are gone. I get wanting a receiver here. Golden and Igbuka are gone. Simmons, I think, is a better prospect than Burden. Yeah, we got to take Simmons. Okay, easy pick. Ran the card in. Sprinted the card in. Say Sanders falls to 6. Why would the Raiders pass on him? Because he's bad under pressure. But I mean, if your argument is like, oh well, he could develop behind Geno, that is something that I wouldn't hate. Now, I wouldn't take him at 6, right? But like having a guy with bad pocket presence develop behind a guy with good pocket presence is a good idea. But I just wouldn't take him at 6. Pick 26, the LA Rams. The LA Rams. Igbuka went to the Saints, 9th overall. There's a Saints fan in here that wanted Igbuka, so we took him. Who? Why would the Steelers pass on him? Because he has. Why would the Steelers pass on Sanders? Because he's got bad pocket presence. They should pass on him. I don't like Simmons more than like Banks or Campbell or Membao, but like I might like him more than Membao. But 25 feels reasonable. I think he's a first round guy. But we are sitting here with pick 26, the LA Rams. Are there any Rams fans in here? That's the real question. I feel like offensive line isn't, I mean, they could go offensive line as well. But outside of that, the offense is pretty set. You know, Puka, Devontae, Tutu is a 3. Jordan Whittington isn't bad either. Or I feel like you got to go secondary. I feel like you have to go secondary. And this might be where Makuba goes. Or you know what? It's Azar. You know, I haven't watched Thomas, so I'm not as familiar with his game as like a lot. Like Theo loves him, and a lot of people that I've talked to love him. They could take a QB. I wouldn't. But if you guys, I will say, would you guys rather have Makuba or like Azarie Thomas or Andrew Makuba? Donovan Jackson, I do not like Jackson more than Simmons. I will say that much. That I feel very confident in. Gab! Go Cavs! Thomas is the man. Okay. I might go watch Thomas tonight just because like I need to, and I haven't. But we're talking about linebackers on the next episode. So that's why I haven't. It's just because we kept like doing other positions, so I just never got around to it. We got to vote for Makuba, but we've got more votes for Thomas. So that is who. I lost him. Where'd he go? There he is. All right, so the Rams get Azarie Thomas there. Now the Baltimore Ravens. All right, if I know anything about the Ravens, they're going to take someone that I absolutely love, and that player is going to be awesome. But they take Fannin. Yeah, they're going to have Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, and Fannin. That would be funny. That would be funny. No, I feel like they would take someone like Talik Williams, and he would be the best run defender in the league. I don't know if they would take him this high though, because they're more of a team that likes to take good players that are falling more so than take. Like they don't really take guys high. Walter Nolan is gone. Yes, the Boston College guy, I do not know how to pronounce it. Is Zuraku? Ezuraku? I don't know how to pronounce that. Donovan from Boston College. That would probably be the guy they would go with, if we're being honest. 14 sacks last year. Great first step. He had 14 sacks last year? I did not realize he had 14 sacks. That's crazy. This running back is different, I swear. Ezzy, I don't even think he's sicky good. He's just good. He's a good player. Simmons is gone. Yeah, I feel like Ezzy's the pick here. And then we've got the Lions. Oh, I gotta read 27 picks. Look, man, like as much as I want it, like I'm also live on Twitch on both my page and the FanDuel page. I just don't want to read off because we're at 20. We're at pick 28 right now. Like we get through 5 more picks, and then I will read the whole list. I promise. Diggs. Oh yeah. I was like, did that happen today? No, that's old news. Diggs to the Patriots. I think it's good. I get Diggs is a little washed, but they just need someone, man. And like, you just need someone. But okay. Lions are here. They could use another edge piece for sure. Maybe they take a receiver, but to me, edge feels like the more pressing need. And the only the guys left are Scorton and James Pierce. Pierce has fallen pretty far. I don't know if the Lions would take him, but I feel like that's the pick, right? Okay, I'm seeing everyone in the chat is saying Pierce. So that's what we'll take. Easy pick here. Crazy run on defense. I mean, 2 corners, 2 safeties, and 2 edge rushers in the last, 8 picks? And in the last 10, it's the same, but 3 edge rushers. Anybody but Pierce, you're an Eagles fan who wants him. You'll get a good player, I'm sure. The Eagles always draft well. I wouldn't worry. All right, we got the Commanders on the board. Who's that guy that left early? So now we've got to take a bad player for it. No. This feels like a Hampton landing for me. I mean, if someone wants to disagree, but Commanders, Hampton feels like the pick. I mean, their run game was so, like, outside of Jaden Daniels. Couldn't run the ball. They could use some help on defense also. Like, I'm not saying they can't, but, like, of the guys that are left, Hampton, I mean, I like Henderson here a lot too, but if it's Hampton for a lot of you, I would. Yeah, I mean, they could use so much on defense, but I'm just like looking at the guys left, and it's like the best defensive players left would be either Makuba, Grant could go. Actually, that might not be a bad take either. Is like Grant and Harmon have fallen a little bit. I've seen Harmon get mocked somewhat high. Scorton So it'd be like Grant, Harmon, Makuba, Scorton. Those would be like the 4 guys that you could go with here. But I think I would take Hampton at this point. Watts wouldn't be bad either. Yeah, dude, their defense just needs so much. It needs so much help. It really does. Okay. I think I like Makuba more than Watts after like. Yeah, I had Genty to the Patriots because Hunter was gone, and I'm not doing any trades. If Hunter had been gone and I was trading, I would have traded back. But then here's the thing: I have to think about like who would have been willing to trade up and for what, you know. Makuba's an Eagle. I wouldn't worry too much about the Niners. Okay, give me either Makuba or Hampton in the chat. Makuba or Hampton. For the Commanders here at pick 29. Makuba or Hampton. All right. It's Hampton. It's Hampton then. They need a running back. I agree. We've got Buffalo now. Buffalo's got a weird subset of needs. I don't think they would go defensive line at all or edge. I feel like corner or maybe safety. Like I could see edge, but they got Boza, and I like Greg Rousseau, and their defensive line is strong. I don't know if they would do that. Receiver, I could see it's Burden. Burden would be the best receiver available. We'll say Burden or Makuba. We'll say Burden or Makuba here. In the chat, let it be known. Burden or Makuba. Bang, bang, bang. Enough of Hamlin. You don't mean that. All right. We're going Burden then, BPA. Yeah. It's always BPA. It always has been. All right, Chiefs. How do the Kansas City Chiefs get back to the Super Bowl? I feel like Kenneth Grant next to Chris Jones could be nasty. They're going to get Rashee Rice back, so the receivers will be better. That's another team that could take running back, though. In Stay Hot's mock, I had them taking Travion Henderson here. Loveland's gone. Zabel's gone. Connerly. Interesting. Are you trying to like get rid of Jawan Taylor? And I guess, yeah, they did. I guess you do need to just kind of replace someone. Zabel's gone, though. Connerly. Got ran over by Mike. Oh, yes, he did, didn't he? McCord, more like McMid. Coaching. I would go either, let's say either Kenneth Grant or Josh Connerly. Yeah. Either Kenneth Grant or Josh Connerly. KG or JCJ? Okay. I'm seeing multiple votes for Connerly here. I think that's who we're going to end up going with. And that sounds like someone the Chiefs would take. Like they're trying to get a little bit younger. Like I get that move. And then the Eagles, last pick. I had the Steelers with Nick Emenwari. Makuba! Is this the Makuba landing spot? I think it could be. I think it could be. No shot they break up the exciting whites. I think he would probably play that second safety spot where McCollum's at right now, right? It'd be like Reed Blankenship, and it would be Reed and Makuba. Bro said Landon Jackson. That's what I said. It would be Makuba alongside. Makuba FC is deep. O-line, they're going to take an O-lineman in the third round, and he's going to develop into, like, the GOAT. Like, trust. They'll be fine there. I'm not worried about it. We're going to go Makuba. And that is the full draft. I'll flip the camera around so you guys can see it, like, on the screen. But this is what it looks like. Oh, can I not flip the camera? There we go. So we took Travis Hunter first overall, Abdul Carter second, Cam Ward third, Ashton Genty fourth, Mason Graham fifth, Tet McMillan sixth, Will Campbell seventh, Mike Green eighth, Emeka Egbuka ninth, Calvin Banks Jr. 10th, Jahad Campbell 11th, Walter Nolan 12th, Armand Membao 13th, Colston Loveland, Jalen Walker, Will Johnson to round out the end of the first half. Michael Williams, Gray Zabel, Shamar Stewart, Tyler Warren, Nick Emanwari, Matthew Golden, Jade Barron, Malachi Starks, Josh Simmons, Azaria Thomas, Donovan Ezzy, I'm not going to try and pronounce his last name, James Pierce Jr., Amarian Hampton, Luther Burden, Josh Connerly, and Andrew Makuba. We did take Jalen Walker. Jalen Walker went 15th. I was like, there's no way that happened. There's no way. But Shador not taken in the first round. They tried to put him on for the Steelers, and I just shot that down. And it's like, it's your guys' draft, but hell no. Not happening. I'm not allowing it. So that's the mock. That's the first round mock. They're not going to do... I don't think they give me the grades because I picked too many teams, maybe. Yeah, I think I have to select up to 3 teams to get that feature. But the Broncos got Tyler Warren. So there we go. I think that's a pretty good draft. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And, as always, I will catch you on the Flippity Flop. I'll post this on Twitter so you guys can see it there as well.